Batch Lady where, yes, it's Christmas! So I want to show you a really nice, luxurious, delicious cheesecake, Millionaires Christmas cheesecake that you can make and serve on Christmas Day. Okay, so are you ready to get started? This is a great recipe. It can go in your freezer, so it can be used anytime. You are going to be using some icing sugar. You'll need 500 grams of soft cheese. You'll need 100 grams of butter, a tablespoon of cocoa powder. You'll need some double cream, a tin of carnation caramel, which comes in the tin like carnation milk, but this one is a caramel. You'll need some dark chocolate, 100 grams, and you'll need some digestives. The full recipe is available on my website, www.batchlady.com. While you're watching this, make sure you go over and follow me on Facebook and Instagram, where I give you tons of other top tips for getting ready in advance. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your butter, your 100 grams of butter, and you want to heat it either in the microwave for a couple of minutes, just giving for like a minute, just stirring and watching it so it doesn't burn, or you can heat it in a pan, okay? So I've got mine already here melted. So once it's melted, put it to the side. Next, you want to take your digestive biscuits, okay, which look like this. You want to put them in a bag and seal the bag up, and you just want to, you can do it in a food processor if you want to crumble them. So if you've got a food processor, put it in that. If not, just give it a good old bash around with a rolling pin, and they pretty much crumble instantly. So that's how I tend to do it. I keep this bag all the time just beside my rolling pin for crumbling things, okay? So put it next in a bowl, and then add in your melted butter, okay? Okay, so next you just want to grab your cocoa powder, and you want to take a tablespoonful and add it to your base. Just sprinkle it over the top, give it a mix around. So you're making that lovely chocolatey base as well. Delicious. Now you want to take an 8-inch form tin, one of these that have a removable base, and you want to put a piece of parchment in the bottom of it. And then, working quite quickly, because your butter will still be soft now, you want to get it into that base tin, okay? Smooth it all around, and then the best way to get a base for your cheesecake is to press it in. So get your hands in there, use your sort of knuckles like that, and just press it in till it all sort of mushes together, especially around the edges. You want this to sort of go hard once it's in the fridge. We're going to put this in the fridge while we make our filling. There's different stages to this, so you can do 2 recipes at the same time. You might want to do this recipe while this is in the fridge, do another recipe, and then get it back out and finish this one. Right, it looks like that. Let's get it in the fridge. Okay, so my base is in the fridge, and I now just want to start making my filling. So I'm going to use my 500 grams of full-fat soft cheese. Something like a Philadelphia, that type of thing. Okay, I've got my double cream and I've got my icing sugar. I want to add 1/4 of a cup into my cream cheese. And then I want to add 1 cup of double cream. It's definitely Christmas time. You're only allowed to eat this recipe at Christmas time. Oh, so good. Okay, now I'm just going to whisk that with a whisk until it all comes together. Okay, once you've got everything mixed round together, you're just going to wait on your base. So this is the time that you can go and do something else, do a quick clean up. You probably want to wait about 20 minutes on your base in the fridge before you come back and finish this recipe. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's come back in 20 and see what it looks like. Okay, once you've got your base out the fridge after it's been about 20 minutes and it's hardened, you can just add this creamy layer over the top. Okay, just make sure you get it all out the bowl, and just very gently go around, making sure that it covers the full area. We're just going to put this back in the fridge for another 20 minutes now, sort of 15 to 20 minutes, just to allow it to sort of set before we go on and add the caramel layer and the chocolate layer to the top. So let's get it back in the fridge. So my cheesecake is back out the oven. It's really heavy, it's really dense. You won't need a massive amount of this, you'll need quite a small slice, okay? So what we next want to do is do our caramel topping and then again let it set. So as you can see, you're going back and forth waiting for it to set. I'm actually making some Christmas soup at the same time, so find something else to do in the same time and then you'll have this done in no time. Okay, so next you want to get your carnation caramel. You need half a tin, okay? You want to put it in the microwave just to soften, or again in a pan on your hob just to soften. Watch it doesn't burn. You just want to take it from being thick and heavy in the can to it's being a runny consistency. Give it a mix around, get rid of any lumps that are on it, and then just pour it over the top. Very gently, go all the way around, all the edge. Right, I'm going to get this back in the fridge and we're going to do the ganache for the very top bit while we wait on this setting, okay? Let me put it back in. Okay, so that's in the fridge and we can get on with our ganache, okay? You want to break up 100 grams of dark chocolate and you want 100 mils of double cream, okay? So you want to take your double cream, your 100 mils, and I'm going to put this in the microwave just till it heats up, probably for about 30 to 40 seconds, stirring it as it goes. I want to make sure it doesn't cook, it doesn't bubble or anything, it's just going to heat up. I'll go and do that right now. Okay, so that's out of the microwave. That was about 40 seconds. And again, you can do it in a pot, so if you don't have a microwave. Add in your chocolate and just start to stir this around. And just be patient with it and keep stirring it. That hot milk, that hot cream, is just really going to melt this chocolate, and that's for the ganache that's going to go over the top of your toffee layer. So I've got it back out the fridge here. Now, I'm doing a video. I'd usually leave it a bit longer. Mine is still a little bit soft, so do feel free to leave yours longer. But I just want to get my ganache layer on the top so you're not hanging about anymore. I'm just going to use this little spatula and get as much as possible off the spoon. And then I'm just going to pour it on the top. You have to work quite quick here. It is chocolate. It will want to set in the bowl. I find these little sort of glass bowls really handy for this. They sort of keep the heat quite well. And then just very gently, without going into the toffee layer, work it around so that you get a lovely layer of chocolate on the top of your cheesecake. I mean, Millionaires Cheesecake, what is not to love, guys? This is going to go back in the fridge. Now, you want to set this for about 5 hours, okay? So for about 5 hours. Then you can, you could eat it straight away, or if you want to, you can just, once it's fully set, you can just put it in a labelled bag and put it in your freezer, and then whenever you need it, you can just pop it out and it is good to go. I would wait until it's completely frozen, pop it out of the tin, and then you can reuse the tin and you'll just have the cheesecake sitting there. When you bring it out, just leave it to defrost. It'll take about 3 hours to defrost and then you are good to go. So if I was going to have this on Christmas Eve, I'd probably, Christmas Day, I'd probably take it out and put it in the fridge on Christmas Eve and it'll be good to eat by Christmas Day. Hope you've enjoyed this lovely, luxurious Christmas recipe. Merry Christmas, bye!